Weber here. Thank you so much for joining me for this full-length Pilates Reformer class with a focus on legs today. I have set up my reformer for footwork that we'll start with. The first leg series we'll do. I have 4 springs on my machine. I like to use the 4 heaviest springs. 3 springs are perfectly acceptable. Please put on your regular footwork springs. So I have my headrest up. I'm going to come lying down on my back. I'm going to start with my heels on the foot bar. My heels and my knees are lined up directly with my sits bones. I'm going to find a nice neutral spine to begin. Another nice deep breath. On the next inhale, I'm going to press the carriage away from the machine. No tucking, and exhale to release it back in. And inhale to press, and exhale to pull. Try to really press from the back chain of the legs, the hamstrings, the glutes, really pressing energy through the heels. Draw the ribs together, nice flat shoulder blades, nice wide collarbone, soft sternum. Here's 9, and here's 10. Come back in. Now, bring your feet together, rotate the femur in the hip socket, turn the feet out to a Pilates V with your knee trekking over your big toe. Still in neutral spine, we're gonna press the carriage away with an inhale, and exhale back in. While we're here, guys, and moving the carriage in and out, go ahead and gently lift from side to side, just sort of loosen the neck. Good. 4. I have a slight bend in my elbow to the side to help flatten my shoulder blades. Really squeeze it up. Pause at the top to really straighten those legs. Let's do 2 more. Final 1. Now come in. Now don't change the position of your legs, but slide your feet down so you have the bar between the majority of the way between your big toe and your second toe. Raise your heels an inch or 2, keeping your heels at this specific place in space so they won't lower or lift when you're pressing out or pulling in. We're going to inhale, press the carriage away, and exhale back in. And inhale, and exhale. Find a nice breath work. Really try to figure out a way to engage the glutes on these exercises, really narrowing in the sits bones as you press away. Here's 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to stay in Pilates V for the next couple exercises. So take your feet, slide them to the outside of the foot bar. Now slide down to your heels, but still in a Pilates V position. Think of narrowing the pelvis even when you're in at the bumper. Now press away and narrow the pelvis even more. Really squeeze in on the inner thighs and come back in. Try to keep a heavy flex on the foot. Pressing in through the heels. As you press down through the heels, press energy out through the tip top of the head. Keep breathing. 6, 7, 8, 9, keep going. 1 more. Now we're going to stay with our feet wide on the foot bar, but we're going to pull up to the balls of our feet in a super high heel, mega demi-point position with the weight of the bar between our big toe and our second toe, and press it out and resist the carriage back in. Good. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Good. Keep it going. Here's 5. I think there's something very comforting about starting the reformer classes with footwork. It's a really nice way to go ahead and get everything ready for the class. Now 2 more. We're still squeezing in on the inner thigh at the top. Narrowing the sits bones the whole time. Final one. Resist it back in. Now, turn your feet to parallel, still in high heel, and squeeze your legs all the way together in the center, like one mega leg, right? From here, we're going to press the carriage out. We need to adjust my feet a little bit and resist the spring tension back in and press away. And resist. Here's 3. And 4. Really try to press in through the springs and not use momentum to pop the springs out. 6. 7. Good. Try to keep those legs together the whole time. Here's 9. And now 10. Stay out. Now, drop the left heel under as the right knee goes across the foot bar for trotting. And now pull everything up. Now drop the left heel while the right knee goes across. And float it up. Don't allow anything in your body to shift while you're doing this. I like to put my thumbs at the base of my ribs and my pinky on my hip. And make sure that I'm not shifting as I continue to trot. We're trotting at our own speed, whatever we can do, without shifting. You can go faster, you can go slower, but just make sure that your body's not shifting. Your legs are moving like a piston. One more. Finish off the sides, stay up at the top. Now lower both heels under with straight legs for 1, 2, 3, and lift. 2, 3, and lower. 2, 3, and lift. 2, 3. Squeeze your glutes the whole time. Don't allow your neutral spine to shift. So don't pop into your hips and start arching your back. Here's 8. And 9. One more. And 10. Now, drop the heels under, micro bend the knees for a little bit of release, and slowly let the carriage come into the bumper. Roll to the side, press yourself up to sitting. We're going to change our springs over for single leg work. Today we're going to use 1 red spring or 1 medium spring and 1 blue spring, 1 light spring on my machine. I don't work on half springs, guys. I don't work on the buttons. So from there, we're going to come back down onto our backs. This is lighter than what we normally do for single leg work. That's fine. We're going to stay in parallel on the balls of our feet. Extend your left leg over the foot bar. Now, my ankle is relaxed at the foot bar right now. As I press away, I'm going to press into a high heel position and float my leg up to the ceiling. Don't tuck your leg to get it up higher, so don't bend the knee. Straighten that right leg all the way. Bend the knee and come across the foot bar. And up and lower. Imagine that your leg that's moving starts from underneath your ribs. And use your abs to lift and lower the leg. Good, here's 6. 7. Resist the carriage out. Resist the carriage back in. On this next one, stay up at the top. We're going to do single leg circles. We're going to go down on the inhale and exhale the leg around and up. And inhale and exhale the leg away. 2. We're going to 5, 3, 4, and 5, and reverse. Really press through that leg. That's where the foot's on the foot bar, the right leg. Inhale away and exhale up. Here's 3. I have most of my weight on my standing leg between my big toe and second toe. 1 more. Now bend the knee and float the foot across the foot bar as you come in. Place the left foot back on the foot bar. Place your right leg across the foot bar. It's hovering, it's not resting on there. My left ankle is loosey-goosey, but as I press out, I'm going to straighten that ankle up. As I come back into the bumper, the ankle will relax, press away, pop into the Debbie point position, or not pop, press into. Lower, and inhale, and exhale. Inhale, working in parallel the whole time. And again, I'm imagining that my leg starts underneath my ribs, so I'm getting more ab work as I pull the leg up and down. Here's 9. Press through that standing leg. And at 10, we'll stay up. And inhale the leg down. And exhale the leg away from the body. Make sure that your opposite hip is staying completely stable. So really use those obliques to pull that opposite side down. Here's 4. Squeeze that glute on the standing leg. And reverse. Inhale away. And exhale up through the center. Inhale away. And 3. 4. And here is 5. Good. Go ahead and bend the knee and slowly flip the foot across the foot bar. Scooch away from the shoulder block slightly. Extend both legs across the foot bar. Float your hands up over your sternum 12th rib. We're going to do roll up with our legs up. It is a little harder when you get up. Really use the abs to pull down as you peel the spine off. Get a nice stretch at the top. So we're going to inhale, begin to peel off, and exhale up towards our feet. Inhale as we roll back down, and exhale after our sacrum hits. Inhale. Inhale back. And lower. We're going to do 5. If you need a little bit of help, go ahead and bend your knees into a diamond. Don't hold on to the back of your leg, but inhale. Grab on gently with 2 fingers to the sides of your legs and help yourself walk up if you need it. If this is no problem for you, go ahead and extend your legs. Inhale. Carefully walk up. Try not to hang on for dear life. And exhale. And lower. At the top of this next one, we're going to hold on and get a nice stretch in. Inhale. Exhale. Hold on behind your leg or your feet. Try not to grab it and hang on for dear life to the foot bar. Inhale back. And exhale all the way down. I need to scooch away from the shoulder blocks just a little bit. I'm going to raise one foot up to the ceiling, other foot up. Float my hands by my side on the mat. Hover them off the mat. Inhale, exhale, curl up. Reaching long for the foot bar. I'm going to scissor my legs 5 times each leg. The left leg will go down, and I'll switch 1. And here's 2. Really squeeze under those arms and pull the shoulders away from the ears. 4 and 5. Stay up at the top. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Flex the feet in parallel and lower for 1, 2, 3. Point the feet and lift them up to the ceiling for double leg lower left. Flex the lower 1, 2, 3. Point and lift. Flex and lower. 2, 3. Point and lift. Final 1. Point and lift. Bend the legs to tabletop. Float the fingertips up over your sternum 12 rib, palms facing away from you. When we curl up, we're going to extend our legs to working level. We're going to be doing the hundreds. So, inhale, exhale, curl up, extend your legs. And begin pumping. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Long continuous inhale. Long continuous exhale. Squeeze the glutes. Drop the belly to the spine. Wrap the ribs. Don't crunch the chin to the chest. Don't lift it too high. Act like you're cradling a little egg under there. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze the legs together. You can pull just your toes back. You can flex your feet. Good. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Final 1. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull your knees into your chest. Give them a hug. Rest your head, neck, and shoulder. Gently, just tiny baby little rock from side to side. Good. We're going to roll over to the right side. And I forgot to mention this, but please grab a squishy ball or some head support for underneath your head for side lying legs. We'll also use this through the center so you don't have to like toss it to the side for exercises through the center and pick it back up. But no big deal. I'm going to come on to my left side first. I'm going to adjust my body. I'm going to extend my leg long, in line with my body, underneath the foot bar. It requires some in-arm thigh work. If you are unable to do this, you can bend your leg onto the mat. Lift up out of your side closest to the mat. Your bottom hand will go on the peg or the shoulder block, and your top hand can stabilize on the shoulder block as well. Now, my foot is further back, but if you need your foot to the front in a 90-degree angle, you can. I like my foot further back because I like to stand into my heel. My heel is lifted off the foot bar right now. I'm going to press out and stand into my heel. When I'm like this, my body is in a straight line. My shoulders are stacked over my hips are stacked over my ankles. And I'm going to come back in, my heel will peel off. And press out, press in through the heel. And lower. My hips are shifting while I do this. Again, if this is uncomfortable for you, bring your foot further out with your toes to the end of the foot bar. Lifting up out my side close to the mat. My abs are pulled up and in, my ribs are wrapped. Here's 9. And on 10, I'll stay out at the top. Now from there, I'm going to lift my heel and lower my heel. Guys, while I'm doing this, my bottom leg is not scraping my standing platform. I'm using my inner thigh to pull the leg up. Here's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower the heel, come back in. Rotate the femur in the hip socket and turn that knee up to the ceiling with your knee tracking over your big toe. My bottom leg is also turned out now. If you're up front, you might need to pull your leg back a little bit. Press it out, make adjustments as you need to, and come back in, keeping your heel very high. We're in a high heel this entire time. Or Denny point position, or Vegas showgirl heel, whatever you like. Here's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay out of the top, and now squeeze your bottom heel to your top heel. 1, 2, 3. Don't sink in your side. Squeeze your glutes. 9, 10. Leave your foot up and bring it forward an inch and back an inch. Forward an inch and back an inch. Forward and back. Keep that side up out of the mat. Draw that belly up and in. Wrap the ribs. 2 more. Now stack your feet again and do ovals to the front and to the back. Staying underneath that foot bar. 2. 5 in each direction. 3, 4, 5, and reverse. Really squeeze your glutes to bring the foot behind you. 4 and 5. Bring the carriage into the bumper. Draw your leg in. Grab your head support. Come over onto your back. Bring your head support up over your sternum 12th rib. I like to pull the head support apart gently with my fingertips. If it's a block or something, you just imagine you're pulling it apart. Give yourself that tension. One leg up to tabletop, other leg to tabletop. Inhale, exhale, curl up. Reach it for your knees. Extend your left leg and pull. Extend your right leg and pull. I'm leaving my legs at tabletop if they're not moving. Curl up deeper. We're only going to 5, 3. Drop the belly button to the spine. Squeeze under the arms. Final set. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Lower your feet. Rotate to lying on your right side. Place your head support back in the headrest area. Place that left foot back up. Guys, again, my foot is further back, but if you have knee problems or such, bring your foot forward so the toes are on the edge of the foot bar. I'm going to extend my right leg underneath I'm going to lift up out of my side closest to the mat. I'm going to place my bottom hand on the peg, my top hand on the shoulder block. If I don't have a peg for my bottom hand, I can place my hand on the shoulder block. So keeping my knee in line with the foot bar, I'm going to press out, press in through my heel, and come back in. Make sure you're squeezing your glutes, keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Here's 4 and 5. Belly button to spine. Wrapping the ribs. Nice long neck. 8, 9, 10. Stay up at the top. Now lift the heel to a high heel and lower the heel. And lift and lower. Here's 4. My weight's between my big toe and my second toe. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come back in, peel your heel off, rotate your foot so it's in a Pilates feet turned out position. If your foot's in the front, you're gonna have to walk it back a little bit most likely. Really squeeze your glutes to stack your hips, press the carriage out, and come back in. And press the carriage away, and come back in. You might have to adjust your foot on the foot bar slightly so that you can find the area where it's most stable. Here's 5. Stay in that really high heel position. Here's 7. And 8. And 9. Press out and stay out on 10. Now, use your inner thigh to squeeze your bottom leg, top leg for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it up. Now forward an inch and back an inch. And forward an inch and back an inch. Still squeezing the inner thigh strongly. 4, 5, abs up and in. Wrap the ribs. 7 or 8, 9, and 10. Bring the foot back to center. Now, 5 oval circles in each direction. Go forward, squeeze it back, and up. Squeeze the glutes to bring the foot back. Here's 3, 4, lift up out of that side, closest to the mat, 5, and reverse. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bend the knee to come back in. Take your head support in both hands again. Go ahead and pull it apart slightly. Ooh, it's getting a little gross. Pull it apart slightly. All right, legs to tabletop. Inhale, exhale to curl up, reach the ball for the knees. Modified double leg stretch. Extend the legs, extend the arms, and pull it back in. Inhale to extend. If you're able, try to get your biceps by your ears, and exhale to pull. 3. Don't lose that curl up as you extend your arms and legs. 1 more. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Rest your feet. Roll to the side. Come off of your carriage. We can go ahead and put our head support to the side. We're not going to need it anymore in class today. For me, my hair is falling out. But we are going to use our box. So I'm going to place it in the long box position. We are going to be doing some box work now. I'm going to take a look down. Uh-oh, I need just 1 medium spring. On my machine, that is 1 red spring. We're going to be doing swan. We're going to be adding some swimming legs. We're going to be doing pulling straps. And then we're going to be doing teaser on the long box. That's our whole long box series. So make sure that your carriage is nice and stable. 1 hand will go on the foot bar, other hand on. 1 leg will go up, other leg will go up. If you need some extra support or if you need a sticky mat, please feel free to put it on your box. Otherwise, I'm going to squeeze my glutes, squeeze my inner thighs. They should already be nice and warm after the leg exercises that we've done. I'm I'm gonna draw my abs up and in, wrap my ribs, shoulders down my back. The meaty part of my hands are on the foot bar so that I'm not breaking my wrists. I'm gonna press out on 1. I'm gonna lift up into a swan on 2. I'm gonna press out on 3. I'm gonna come back in on 4. Out on 1, wrap the wrists, belly up and in as you pull up, shoulders down your back. Press away, articulate down, 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 and pull in. And press out, and lift, and lower, and in. Squeeze the inner thighs, and up. You should be feeling this in your low back. If you are, try to come up half this bar. If that still doesn't work, go ahead and squeeze your legs together all the way. All right, now, press out, stay in neutral spine, and begin swinging the feet. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Belly button up and in, wrapping the ribs. This is legs, not back right now. And one more. Now come back in across. Step off with one leg, step off with the other leg, hand, hand. My box was in the middle properly. All right, let's go ahead and do pulling straps 1 and 2. One hand on the box, other hand on the box. Leg up, leg up. I'm going to have my sternum 12th rib at the edge of the box. I'm going to place my handles on my bracelets like wrists. I'm going to choke up on my straps. I will place my hands on top of the wood, slide them to the side so they're equal in the straps. I learned that from my trainer, Katie Rowley. I'm down in neutral spine. We're going to pull back with our pinky blade, with our pinky back first. Oh, I don't like that. There we go. All right, so inhale, exhale, pull. Stay in neutral for the first 5. We're going to do 10. Here's 5. And press and pull in neutral. Squeeze those inner thighs. Engage the glutes and hamstrings to float the legs up. Belly button up to the spine. Wrap the ribs. Last one in neutral. It's optional to add a slight chest lift. When I lift my chest, I'm looking at the inside of the back of my reformer frame. You should be looking at the wall in front of you. It'll break your nice continuous curve in your cervical spine, and we don't want that. On this next one, we're going to stay up as we pull back, and we're just going to bend at the elbows and press the arms straight for 5. Here's 4. Give me more legs. Belly button to spine. Wrap the ribs. Stay back and lower it down. Don't release the legs, but take your hands out of the bracelets and place your thumbs in the little rings and wrap them around. Flip your palms to the ground and tuck your thumbs underneath. Keeping your palms to the ground, we're going to pull the pinky blade edge back to the hips and release it forward in neutral spine. And pull it back and release. The reason our palms are down is to keep our shoulders nice and wide and to keep them from rounding forward. Squeeze those inner thighs, draw the belly button to the spine, wrap the wrist. Optional chest lift starting now. Looking at the inside of the back of the frame again. Here's 3. Here's 4. Now here's 5. Stay up. Flip the palms in towards the hips. Now out about 3 inches and squeeze. Out 3 inches, squeeze with the unders. Here's 3. And 4. And 5. Flip the palms down. Open to the side. Lower the chest. Peg the straps. Reach long on the frame and relax the legs. I like to rest my head on the headrest. It's a lot of back work. One more nice deep breath. Now, one foot will come off to the side, other foot will come off. One hand, other hand. Your hands don't necessarily have to come to the box. I left them on the frame because I get a little lazy with it. But from there, I'm going to sit to the side of my box. If you are uncomfortable doing teaser on the box, please feel free to do it on the floor. You can add weights if you want. Not necessary. Please don't go above 3 pounds though. I'm going to straddle my box and face the foot bar. I'm going to reach back and find my handles. I'm going to carefully scooch my body forward as I lower myself down to the box. When I lie down on the box, the tip tops of my shoulder blades, my head, are off the back of the box, towards the headrest. I don't want to start with any slack in my ropes because it makes it a lot harder for stability purposes to pull up. So I want to keep a little bit of tension in my straps with more of my pinky blade edge. I've extended my legs long over the foot bar. I'm squeezing them together. Now, my arms are down as if my reformer were a boat and I'm reaching for the water. So I'm going to inhale. I'm going to begin to articulate up just like I did at the beginning with roll up. And exhale to lift up, tall, 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 tall. And a flat back, squeezing my legs together, reaching for my toes. Now I'm going to inhale and begin to articulate down, keeping my eyes and toes in line as I articulate down. My toes and my head should come down at the same time. For the next one, we're going to add on some small arm circles. So I still have tension in my ropes. I'm going to inhale, begin to pull up, just like I did for roll up at the beginning of class. Pull up into the teaser, open my circle away from my body and squeeze together for 3. Open and squeeze for 2. Open and squeeze for 1. Reverse. Open and squeeze for 1. Open and squeeze for 2. Open and squeeze for 3. Tuck my tail. Begin to articulate down, down, down. Head and toes same time. For the final one, we're going to lower and lift our legs slightly without moving our upper body 3 times. Inhale, exhale, reach it down, touch the water as you pull it up, 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 up. Now lower the feet and lift. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Tuck the tail. Articulate down, 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 down. Release the straps. This is the easiest way for me to get it from teaser. I'm going to inhale, exhale, reach for my foot bar, and articulate up to sitting tall. Rotate my body to the side. Carefully step off the reformer. You can repeg the straps right now if you want. You can leave them where they are if you want. Personally, I am going to change over to my foot straps real fast. Because that's going to be the next exercise we do with the straps. So, from here, I'm going to leave my box on, but I'm going to rotate it so that it's in the short box position. From there, I'm going to come over to the side and I'm going to lower my foot bar. I'm going to change my spring from 1 medium spring to 1 blue. That means I am my machine of taking off my red, or from 1 medium to 1 light. I'm taking off my red and putting on 1 blue. I'm going to stand at the end of my reformer facing the left side. I'm going to lift my leg closest from my left leg, and I'm going to place it on the edge of the carriage. I'm going to scooch in just a little bit with my right leg. My knee is not dripping down. I have my knee lined up over my big toe. The edge of the carriage is between my big toe and my second toe. I'm going to place my hands on my hips. I'm going to press the carriage out, pressing my heel down, and come back in. The trick to this exercise is staying completely stable over my standing leg or my right leg and not using my body weight to move the machine. If I use my body weight to move the machine, I'm going to feel the foot bar on the inside of my leg. Here's 9 and 10. Now stay there. Now bend the right leg and straighten it. Bend the right leg and straighten it. Here's 3. Here's 4. And here's 5. Now bend that foot in. Put your weight in your right heel and rotate out to a slight Pilates view of that right foot. Now rotate the femur in the hip socket, track the knee over the foot, and come onto the ball of the foot with the carriage leg in a Pilates V as well. Hands on the hips, press the carriage out, drop that heel under for a little bit of a calf stretch, and come back in for 10. And press and release, 9. Again, guys, the trick here is to really work that standing leg, not the leg moving the carriage. You're gonna feel some with the leg moving the carriage, but I really feel it in my standing leg. Abs up and in, stacking my shoulders over my hips, over my ankles. If you have a mirror nearby, go ahead and take a look. Make sure that your ribs are in, your abs are up and in. Here's 9. And on 10, stay out. Now point the foot and lower the heel for 5. Point and lower 4. 3, 2. I really feel it here, and 1. Bring it back in. Put the weight in the standing leg. Bring the foot up and off. I'm going to come through the center in parallel. I'm going to squeeze my glutes, stack my shoulders over my hips over my ankles. Inhale my arms up. Exhale, dive down. Find the edge of the carriage with the meaty part of my hand, just like we did for swan. My ears are hopefully near my biceps. I'm going to articulate out. Again, don't use your body weight to move this. If you do, you're going to feel your legs on the footboard. Tap my tail, squeeze my glutes, articulate out. And press down. And tuck my tail, articulate up. 1 more. And up. Now, squeeze my glutes strong, let go of the carriage, articulate up, 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 and circle my arms wide to the side. I'm going to turn to the right side of the machine. I'm going to take my right leg, bring it up and around, bring it in line, toe ball heel a little bit to bring my left leg into where I like it. My heel is off the carriage here, guys. I'm going to press out and come in. My hands are on my hips. 2. Guys, you're going to know if you're weighted properly in your standing foot because you should have equal weight behind your baby toe, behind your big toe on your foot, and in your heel. Here's 8. Here's 9. And on 10, we're going to stay out. Now we're going to bend the left leg and straighten it. And bend the left leg and straighten it. Here's 3. Here's 4. And here's 5. Now I'm going to come back in. I'm going to put my weight in my left heel, rotate that foot out to Pilates V, and rotate my carriage leg to Pilates V as well. The carriage is going to be between my big toe and my baby toe roughly. And from there, I'm going to press the carriage away, drag my heel under, and come back in for a 5 or 10. Here's 9. Really tweeze the sits bones here, guys, and really try to work the turn out muscles. This weight's not terribly heavy, so we really need to work that. Here's 9. And on 10, we're going to stay out. Now, rise up to the ball of the foot and let the heel fall under. And rise up and lower. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knee, come back in. Bring the foot off the carriage, bring the foot around to the front. We're going to do one more series of the cat-cow at the end of the machine with rotation. My feet are in parallel. I'm going to inhale the arms up, biceps by my ears. Exhale, and dive down. I'm going to take my right hand off and float it towards the springs. I'm going to bring my left hand so my thumb is right at the middle edge of the carriage. I'm going to rotate as I press away, lifting my right arm to the ceiling, looking at my right hand, and come back to center. And rotate, look up at my right arm, and back through center, and 1 more. I'm going to put my right hand with my thumb right by the center of the machine, right by my left hand, release my left hand down towards the springs, and I'm going to press the carriage away and rotate and look up at that left hand, trying to keep equal weight between both of my feet and keeping my hips square. Let Let's do one more of the rotation. I'm going to place my hand back on the carriage. I'm going to separate my hands out just like I did for the cat-cow at the beginning. We're going to do one more through the center. Now squeeze the glutes. Raise the arms up, 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 and circle the arms to the side. From there, we're going to do standing side controls. So I'm going to add one red spring, or one medium spring. So I have on my standing side control springs, I have one medium, one light. On my machine, that's one red, one blue. I'm going to take my right foot, place it on the standing platform. Never step on the carriage first. I'm going to step up into the standing platform leg, and then I'm going to place my left foot on the carriage next to the box. From there, I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to place more weight in my standing platform leg. This isn't going to be a big movement from here. I'm going to straighten my carriage leg and bend it 10, 9, 8. Abs up and in, drawing the ribs together, trying to stack our shoulders and our hips in a diagonal line all the way through the tip top of our head up through our tail. 2 and 1. Keep the carriage into the bumper with your inner thighs. Rotate the weight, or shift the weight, to your carriage leg. Make your hands into a diamond, place them at the low back or sacrum. Extend the right leg, or standing platform leg and pull. And straighten and bend. 2, 3. Don't shift your hips to do this. 4. Really find the movement in the glute area. Here's 8, 9, 10. Now, in a squat position, come through the center and straighten your legs. Keep squeezing with your inner thighs. You can keep your hands at your sacrum area and open wide and resist it back in. And open wide and resist it back in. And here's 3. Here's 4. And 5. Slow out, slow in. 6. This should be easier to control because we have reduced the weight by shifting the foot away from the edge of the carriage all the way back against the block. Here's 9. And 10. Now come all the way in, squeeze with your inner thighs, place your weight on the standing platform leg, and step back. You can keep your foot on the standing platform leg. Reduce your spring tension to one light spring. On my machine, that's one blue, so I get rid of the red. We are going to be doing inner thigh here. Please be careful when standing up on the carriage because it is much lighter. Inhale, exhale, squeeze up. Place that foot next to the block on the carriage. Bring your arms to the T, slightly lean in your periphery. Spiral pinky blade edge down. Open to the side. And squeeze it back in with your inner thighs. Don't let the springs pull you back in. Resist them as you control the springs back in. Good, here's 3. Abs up and in, ribs wrapped, shoulders down your back. Really squeezing the glutes. If you have a mirror nearby, go ahead and take a look and make sure you're in line. And inhale, or exhale out. I like to exhale out and inhale back in. You can do it the other way too, as long as you're still breathing, right guys? Here's 8. Here's 9. And here's 10. Now come all the way back in. Squeeze your legs together in the center. Toe ball heel your foot to the edge of the carriage because the spring is lighter. Place the weight in the standing platform leg. Step off the back. Take the standing platform leg off. Replace your medium spring arm, guys. So we are back to one medium and one light spring. On my machine, that's one red, one blue. We're going to do the other side standing platform immediately without any exercises through the center. I'm going to take my left foot Place it on the standing platform. I'm going to squeeze up, 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 up. Place my right foot on the standing platform against the block. I'm going to bend my knees in a squat, place my hands on my sacrum, put my weight in my standing platform leg, straighten my carriage leg, and bend. Try not to shift your hips while you're doing this. Here's 3. Abs up and in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I really feel it in my standing leg, guys, not my moving leg. Now I'm going to keep the carriage into the bump with my inner thighs, shift my weight to my carriage leg, and I'm going to straighten my standing platform leg and bend it. That leg, that hip I really wanted to shift, so I'm really going to make an effort to keep it really still as I straighten and bend my leg. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to come back to the center. I'm in a little bit of a squat. I'm going to stand up tall. I can keep my hands at my sacrum. I'm going to squeeze my glutes to bring my hips forward. And I'm going to resist the springs open and resist them shut. This is the double leg. Belly button to spine, abs up and in. Nice long neck. If you have a mirror nearby, go ahead and take a look and make sure you're stacked properly. Good. Here's 7 and 8. Don't let the springs control you, but you control the springs. 9 and 10. Good. Resist the carriage back in. Place your weight in your standing platform leg. Step off with your carriage leg. Remove the medium spring, or the red spring, so you have one light spring or one blue spring on. Now, step up. Place the foot at the box carefully. Squeeze in with your inner thighs, bring your arms out to a T, slightly in your periphery, spiral down your pinky blade edge. Open the carriage for inner thigh. Make sure you're stacked, and squeeze it back together for 1. And open 2, and squeeze it back in. Exhale 3, or inhale 3, and inhale back in, or exhale back in. Here's 4. Here's 5. Here's 6. And 7. Almost there. And 8. Shoulders down your back. 9. And here is 10. Now, squeeze it in with your inner thighs to carriage to the bumper. Toe ball, heel your foot in, because now our legs are tired. Weight your standing platform leg. Step off the back. We are going to put our foot right up. We're going to add that medium spring again on. So we have 2 springs, 1 red, 1 blue, or 1 medium, 1 light. We're going to get rid of our box, lower our headrest. We're going to be doing some bridge work, and then we're going to be doing some feet and straps and some stretching. So I'm going to come down onto my side, come onto my back. I'm going to place my arches on the foot bar. My heels are no wider than sits bones distance apart. The springs aren't terribly light, they're not terribly heavy, so we are going to have to use a little bit of hamstring, right? I'm going to platform my arms by my side. We're going to do 3 articulation bridges first, and then we're going to press out and in, and then we're going to do 3 hinge bridges with our legs in a wide Pilates V, and then press out and in. So, nice inhale. Exhale, drop the belly to the spine, imprint the spine. Begin to peel the tail off the mat, articulate up, 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 up. Make sure you're not arching in your back, and articulate down. Inhale, exhale, tuck the tail, articulate up, 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 driving the knees over the toes. Squeezing the glutes to lift the hips, and lower. exhale, press it up, up, up. Now press the carriage away. Your hips will drop a little naturally, and press the hips back up by squeezing the glutes and coming in. You shouldn't feel any arch in your neck. You shouldn't feel any unnecessary pressure in your neck. Here's 3. Here's 4. And 1 more. And here's 5. Keep the carriage into the bumper and articulate down, 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 down. Now take your feet wide to Pilates feet on the outside. On the arches again, guys, we're going to hinge bridge up, meaning we're going to lift it all up at the same time, but without arching the back, right? We're going to lift up in a neutral spine. Inhale, exhale, lift. Driving the knees over the toes, and lower down, and exhale to lift. Inhale to lower, exhale, lift, stay up. Now press the carriage out, and exhale it back in for 5, and press it out, and exhale back in 4. Here's 3. Lots of hamstrings. 2. And here is 1. Hinge bridge down. Okay, go ahead and find your straps. Again, guys, earlier in class, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and change over to my foot straps. Hopefully you did that as well. We're going to press away from the carriage by straightening our legs. I'm gonna bend my right leg, place my right foot strap on my right foot, extend that right foot, place the left foot strap on my left foot. I'm going to come into a frog position. You can come in as tight as you want, as long as you're not tucking. From there, we're going to press out and pull it back in. And here's 2. Make sure you're not arching as you press away. Here's 4. And 5. 6. Oh, feet and straps. 2 more. Now press your feet out. Point to open and flex to squeeze it together. Make sure that you're opening wide enough to really get that nice inner thigh squeeze after we get all that inner thigh work. Just because it's feet and straps doesn't mean you can't get a nice stretchy feel from it, right? Here's 4. Try to squeeze in so your feet come together at the same time. And here's 5. Now keep your feet flexed and flex to open and point to close. And flex to open and point to close. Here's 3. And 4. And 5. Now, bring your feet parallel, float them up to the ceiling. Now flex your feet and lower to working level. And point to float them back up with no tucking. So flex and really open up across the hip flexors. Now point and float them up. Here's 3, no arching. And point and lift. And flex the lower for 4. And point to lift. And flex and lower. And point to lift. Now leave them pointed. And lower. And flex to lift. Point to lower. And flex to lift. Here's 3. Here's 4. And here's 5. Now point them at the top, turn them out. We're going to do 5 circles in each direction. So we're going to open our legs to the width of the reformer, pull them down, squeeze them together, float them back up through center, and open, and lower, and squeeze, and lift. They're more like rectangles. This is nice, but it should still feel like work. Final one. And now lower the legs to the center, open and lift, and squeeze, and lower, and open, and float, and squeeze. Here's 3. And 4. 5. Bring your legs back into a frog. Make sure your headrest is down. Platform your arms by your side for short spine. We're going to extend our legs to working level on 1. Pike at the hips and begin to articulate up to a shoulder stand on 2. Pull the legs down over the shoulder blocks on 3. Articulate down, 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 down. Bring your legs with you for a nice back massage on 4. Extend your legs on 1. Pike and lift on 2. Bend in on 3. Articulate down on 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 2 more. Extend, lift, and articulate. And bend the knees. And articulate down. 1 more. Working level. Pike and articulate. Bend the knees. And articulate down, 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 down. Now, take the left foot out of the strap. You can go ahead and peg it if you'd like. Find the foot bar with that left leg. Extend your right foot up to the ceiling. Now, keeping your right foot up to the ceiling, begin to bend your left leg, keeping your hips square. We're going to do ballet stretches with our feet and straps. So you should feel a nice stretch in your hamstring, but you shouldn't, your leg shouldn't be getting yanked up and knocking your hip out of whack. You should be able to use your left leg to help control that weight on that leg. Now straighten that left leg. Bring the right leg across the body. You can float the hip up an inch or 2. Now begin to bend that left leg so it'll pull that right leg up. If you need a little bit extra, place 2 fingers on the rope to try to increase that stretch a little bit. My leg always shakes with the feet and straps ballet stretches on the IT band stretch. Oh, there it goes. Straighten that left leg. Now, bring the right foot slightly out away from the body, but begin to bend the left leg in a Pilates V position. So you don't need the right leg out too far to get this inner thigh stretch. But if you'd like a little bit more, you can place 2 fingers on the rope again, right guys? My foot also shakes here, which is really something. Good, we're gonna hold it here. When your legs to the side is fine, but don't let your leg flop so far out that it lifts your right hip or your opposite hip of the stretching leg. Now straighten that left leg. Bring the right leg down. Take your left leg across your right leg for a figure 4 stretch. You're going to be stretching the left hip, but the strap of the right foot is going to be pulling back on that hip. If this is uncomfortable for you, please take the strap off and find the figure 4 stretch in this way. Otherwise, please make sure that your hips are square and that you have your left foot, you're gonna have the shin of your left leg crossing over the thigh of your right leg so that your knee and your ankle aren't being affected by the stretch. Now, straighten that right leg, straighten the left leg, bend the right leg, find the foot bar with the left leg, find it with the right leg. Peg the right strap. With the right foot on the foot bar, bend your left leg and place the foot in the strap. Now, foot will go straight up to the ceiling. Right leg's parallel. Begin to bend the right leg to increase the stretch on the left leg. Make sure that your hips are square and try not to talk too much. Try not to arch in your back. If you need a little bit more assistance, go ahead and press out with your right leg. Straighten that right leg. Bring the left leg across the body. Float the hip up just a little bit. Bend the leg in for an IT band stretch. If you want a little extra, place 2 fingers on the rope. You don't need to yank it down for dear life. Just a little bit of additional help is usually more than enough. Keep that leg straight. deep breath. Straighten the right leg. Bring that left leg out just a little bit to this side. Turn that right leg out as well. Go ahead and pull that leg in for a little inner thigh stretch. If you need a little extra, place 2 fingers on the rope. Try to keep equal weight between both of your back 2 hips. Adjust your leg as you need to find the stretch that you're looking for. Straight leg all the way. One more nice deep breath. Now, straighten the right leg. Bring the left leg down. We're going to do the figure 4 stretch on the other side. So we're going to bend the right leg across while we bend the left leg in. Now, again, guys, we don't want to be on the left knee or the right ankle while we're doing this stretch. So we want to be above the left ankle, on the right shin, or below the left knee on the left thigh. Try not to tuck here. Try to stay as flat sacrum and neutral spine as you can. Good. Go ahead and straighten that left leg. Take the right leg off. Bend the left leg slightly. Find that foot board with the right foot. Take the left foot strap off. Find the foot board with the left foot. Bend the knees in to bring the carriage into the bumper gently with control. Press yourself up to sitting. Feet flat on the floor. No wider than 6 bones distance apart. Inhale up. Lift your chest to where the wall of the ceiling meet. Exhale back down. Thank you so much for joining me for this full-length Pilates Reformer class today, focusing on legs. If you have any questions or need any modifications, please feel free to reach out. Thank you and have a great day.